Hi, I'm Jeff. Thank you for your time today. I'd love to share some thoughts with you regarding the Great Resignation and employee retention. So I have a quick test question for you. So in this age, we're commonly referring to as the Great Resignation. Is the retention of your best talent critical? Yes or no? So if you answered no, there's probably no need to watch any more of this video. But if you answered yes, which I'm almost certain everyone did, then let's take a few minutes and let me share a few of my thoughts as it relates to employee retention and some of the things for you to consider to increase your degree of employee retention to help you not only survive this age of the Great Resignation, but to thrive and to continue to grow your business performance, your organizational performance. If you're a healthcare provider, continue to deliver the highest quality of patient care. If you're in manufacturing, to be the most effective and efficient in getting the products and goods manufactured and out the door to your customers and eventually to the end-use consumers. So employee retention. When you think of employee retention, what do you think of? I'll tell you what I think of. I think of the work culture. I think of the benefit plans and the compensation plans that you have in place, obviously. I think of how effective your performance management processes are. Are they a once a year check the box? And if you're an HR professional, are you chasing all your leaders around trying to get them completed by year end or by early in the first quarter of the next year so that you can check your box saying that they're all done? Or is performance management more of an ongoing feedback process? And then that once a year review form is just a formality. When I think of employee retention, I think of succession planning. Do you as an organization give any organized thought to your workforce skills behavior map, their capability map? Do you have people in place who can move to that next level and be effective and be successful? Are they ready now? Will they be ready in 3 years? Or could they be ready in 3 years if they had the right type of development, the right type of coaching, the right type of mentoring? Do you have people in place who have potential, but their potential is longer term, so maybe 3+ years out? Does that mean that you wait 2.5 years before you begin development? No. You do that, that person may not even be within your organization. So what type of succession process do you have in place, if any? If not, what are you going to do to put one in place? What are going to be the components? How are you going to identify your high potential employees? How are you going to get stakeholder alignment within your organization in terms of what constitutes a high potential? And what development processes will you have in place for those who are ready now, ready in 1 to 3 years, ready in 3+ years? What communication processes will you or do you have in place to let your employees know that you do have a succession plan in place? And how, if I'm an employee, how can I be involved in that? What do I need to do, even if I'm not considered a high potential right now? And that goes back to your performance management processes again. So are you giving the right types of feedback so that an employee knows not just what I'm doing wrong or what I'm doing well, but what can I do differently to change the dynamics of how I'm viewed within this organization and how I view myself? So employee retention Goes back to good communication processes. It goes back to your performance management processes to make sure they're effective. And is your succession planning process just a formality where you bring a workbook off the shelf, dust the dust off of it, go back in, spend about 15 minutes, put it back on the shelf. No one knows that it exists except you, or maybe a small group of people in a dark room somewhere, or at least that's how it might be perceived. And even if that's not the case, if it's perceived that way, it's ineffective. Having good succession and performance management processes along with good development, good coaching, good mentoring processes in place will most certainly increase the retention rates for your best employees. And retaining those best employees is what's going to drive your business to the next level over the longer term. Thanks for listening to me today. If there's anything that I can do, we can do to help you increase your employee retention, or if you'd just like to discuss some of the options, please don't hesitate to give us a call. Thank you. Have a great day.